may have liked it, but he didn't put a ring on it. Did Donald Trump refuse to love a supermodel simply because she was black? I'm digging into Donald Trump's former flames, and one in particular that stood out, Cara Young. She's a supermodel. She was a Victoria's Secret model. She was featured on the cover of Vogue several times and was also in Playboy and on the cover of Glamour magazine. So I spoke to Daniel Hayes. He's a writer who wrote the article, "Did Donald Trump refuse to love this woman because she's black?"
Something that was said by a Ukrainian model who claimed to have dated Trump. And during the course of the time they allegedly dated, he apparently made the statement to her that he really cared about this one woman who's a supermodel, but he couldn't keep dating her because she was biracial.
Trump started dating her in 2001 after he had broken up with Marla Maples, and many people believed at the time that she was the love of his life. I asked Daniel if he thought that maybe Trump was a racist. Is that what his takeaway was?
The interesting thing about that to me is that he didn't say, I don't love her or I won't date her because she is biracial, but it seemed to certainly be based on, the perceptions of the perceived perceptions of others.
So he believes that Trump, although he was with Cara behind closed doors in the bedroom, he was concerned about how the business community would think of her publicly and would not marry her for that reason. As we know, he moved on and married Melania Trump. I asked Daniel if he thought that I was Trump's type.
So you see me right now. Would you say that I am Trump's type?
I think any good-looking woman is probably Trump's type.
So Donald Trump actually famously called The Stern Show and spoke to Howard Stern to fight with AJ Benza, who's a gossip columnist and host, to fight over Cara, basically saying that Cara left you to date me. That interview blew up in 2001 and was actually...
Wait, left the gossip columnist to date Trump?
That's what Trump claimed when he called into the radio show. So just to give you an idea of how strongly Trump felt about this woman.
Who did she date first?
Turns out, well, according to her at the moment, she was dating the other guy first, and then she was dating Trump.
So Trump was right.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly, I'm very fascinated by this whole thing. Wasn't she like, though, I mean, in fairness to the Donald, like you said, he dated her right after Marla Maples, so she was kind of the rebound, like, right?
Well,
You don't marry the rebound, right?
If he's a bigot for not wanting to marry her, how could he be a bigot for dating her in the first place?
It's about the ring.
I think
it all comes down to the ring.
That's silly.
Who gets
Number
to be
one,
first
and I'm
lady?
not done. Number two,
Maybe Melania.
he's not a bigot because of these associations. He's dated all kinds of women. He's got a long history of dating all sorts of women.
To be fair, it's kind of a slippery slope when you judge someone's racism by who they sleep with.
From what I hear, that conversation also wasn't the most controversial thing to come out of that Stern interview. So.